We're here and now. We're what's real. I've never been so excited to watch a team play.
For the UCLA Bruins, they got a chance to be special this year.
They returned 18 starters, and they have a recruiting class that most say is in the top 10.
They look the part.
Yeah.
They look like a major college football team, and this is a squad that should take a run this year in the Pac-12.
We are after greatness, man. We're not after good. We're after greatness. We're after special. We're after it all.
It is stop number 11 on the Pac-12 Network's football training camp tour presented by 76. We are all about the UCLA Bruins coming off another 10-win campaign. They are absolutely loaded, 18 returning starters. But the biggest question, who replaces Brett Hundley at that quarterback spot? And with that, we welcome you on to the practice field. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Glenn Parker with you. And guys, there is so much to talk about with this UCLA team. So many positives to take away, but one major swirling question. Who plays quarterback for this football team?
Well, clearly it's the deepest team in the entire Pac-12, and right now, as you mentioned, the biggest question, I think when you look at it, Jerry Neuheisel will probably get some time early on. Was at practice a week ago. This young man, he has full command of the offense, but Josh Rosen is just special. I think he's the most dynamic player in the entire Pac-12 conference. When the quarterback gods built a QB, I think they built him.
I think Mora has a really good problem right here. He's got a lot of depth, a lot of leadership. He's got experience. What he has to do is just manage this situation correctly. I'm old school. I have a lot of NFL experience. I handle this very differently than a lot of guys. I'm conservative.
There are a lot of critics who will say that throw a true freshman into Pac-12 play in week number 1 might be a recipe for disaster when you have a guy like Jerry Neuheisel who does have that big game experience. We saw it a year ago against Texas. Meanwhile, I mentioned the fact that there are 18 starters returning. There is still plenty of firepower for whoever's going to be playing that quarterback. Who stands out to you?
For me, it's all about Paul Perkins. You've got a running back that you can lean on. I've got a very experienced, maybe the most experienced offensive line in the entire pack. I've got a good, strong defense. So what I can do, if I get the ball running with Paul Perkins, if I can use that weapon inside the tackles, if I can get yards and win on first down, or at least get to where I have short third downs, I can protect my quarterback, whoever it is. I like Paul Perkins. He's my difference maker for them.
I think when I look at this team, championship teams, and I believe that this team has the ability to be a championship team, it all is about Kenny Young. He's replacing Eric Kendricks. He's that middle linebacker. He's a gifted player. He's going to be out making all the calls, and while we'll talk about Miles Jack moving inside, this young man, he's special. I mean, he's the next guy that can win all those types of awards, the Butkus Awards, etc. He's got the personality, he's the demeanor, and most importantly, Jim Moore's a defensive guy. This team, while they're in LA and we love the high-flying offense, this is a defensive-oriented squad, and I think he's the cowbell in that regard.
You know, a year ago before the season started, we were talking about this football team potentially as one of those Final Four squads in the college football playoff. Didn't play out that way, but when you take a closer look at the schedule here, what stands out for you that might change their fortunes this season compared to last?
Well, I just look at the start of the season. The way it plays out allows you to develop talent. They've got great talent across the board. They've got a couple of question marks. That's going to play out in those first 3, 4, 5 weeks.
No doubt, and I think while you want to play conservative at the quarterback position, I think the schedule sets them up very well to play Jerry Neuheisel, make him the starter, and then just grow Josh Rosen and see what happens, because his gifts are just special. If he can take it over, the schedule suits him extremely well.
Well, we will ask the head coach, Jim Moore, about the quarterback competition that is well underway. You guys both talked about some defensive stars on this team. The new defensive coordinator, Tom Bradley, will also be joining us, as well as Miles Jack. Still to come on the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tour. It's presented by 76. Pac-12 Football Training Camp is presented by 76. We're on the driver's side. It's the Pac-12 Network's Training Camp Tour. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Glenn Parker with you. The Bruins knocking on the door on the precipice of history. Be 3 consecutive years, 10-win seasons, if they're able to accomplish that today. I know that would bring a smile to Coach Jim Moore's face if that happens. Coach, great having you with us. There it is. I was waiting for it. So
if we're a long ways from that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But how tired are you being asked about your quarterback situation? Because you know it's coming at some point with us.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's coming, so I just indulge it. You want to ask?
Well, look, I'm not going to, because I know if I say to you, Coach, hey, who's your quarterback? You're going to say, hey, we're still evaluating. So I know you haven't named a starter yet. Tell me what's it going to take for one of these guys to win this job?
Well, it has to happen sooner
Yes.
rather than later. You're just looking for separation. You know, somebody that kind of distinguishes himself in all areas, you know, not just on the field, but off the field, in the locker room, you know, in the weight room, in the meeting room, somebody that just kind of steps up and takes hold. And you're also looking at potential. You know, you're not just looking at first week performance, but you're looking at, you know, week 12 and 13 performance as well. So there's just so much that goes into that decision. You want to make the right decision. You want to make sure you pick a guy that is going to have the respect of his teammates, that's going to be able to handle the pressures of playing quarterback at UCLA in the Rose Bowl. And, you know, we're close. And I think, you know, I look at it this way. We've got a couple guys that have a lot of confidence in. So whichever way we go, I'm going to feel really, really great about the decision.
Would you ever play two guys?
Yogi, I don't think so. You know, I think that is detrimental to your team, and I think it's detrimental to the player. I think when you pick a quarterback, you got to stick with him, and you got to understand that there could, you know, especially with a new quarterback, you've got to understand there could be some difficult snaps, and you've got to show him that support. You know, you got to be there for him. So I don't want to play two. I want to play one.
Well, that leads me then, so how much, you talked about the mental and the physical aspect, but how much about their emotional health? How much of that comes into play?
Big time, yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, you know, that's a position where, you know, Steve Young used to vomit before every game because of the emotional part of it. You know, knowing that he was going to have to go out on Candlestick and take a snap every 30 to 35 seconds, you know, and that's a lot to deal with. And so you've got to make sure that they're emotionally prepared to handle the stress and the rigors of being, like I said, the quarterback at UCLA. So trying to be conscious of all those things.
How about the defense, the emotional intelligence there? I mean, you're returning some horses. That front seven, it's awesome to watch in practice. What's it like to know that you don't have to really play some freshmen this year? You got some veterans back there.
You know, unlike years past, it's going to be tough for freshmen to get on the field for us. Now, there are some that will play. I mean, there's some talented young men that will get on the field because they can help us win. But I like our defense, and I like our entire defense. You talk about the front. It is a stout, experienced, veteran front. The linebackers are athletic, and they've got experience. The secondary is an experienced group. You know, they're still young. You know, we're really not. I look at our defense, and we've only got one senior on our starting unit, and that's Aaron Wallace. Everybody else is an underclassman. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Fabian Morelos. We've got two. It's a pretty good unit. I mean, they've all got experience, and they're still pretty young. And having a good defense like that, and having the running game that we have, is going to allow us to, you know, work our quarterback in at the pace that he can handle. And I think we can still have success that way.
Going back to your secondary, you talk about the experience you have, but how comforting is it to you that you've got enough talent that you can actually take an Ishmael Adams, move him to nickel, and bring in a Marcus Rios? That doesn't happen on many teams in the Pac-12.
Well, no, Mark, Ish was first team All Pac-12 last year.
Yeah.
You know, now you play so much nickel that, I mean, Ish is whether he runs out with the starting group or not, he's a starter.
Right.
You know, but it's a nice situation for us, and we've got a good group of corners. Finally, you know, we've established some depth there. Same with the offensive line. We finally got some depth in the offensive line. We've got depth really kind of across the board. So
Wideouts.
Got depth.
For days. I mean, I look at Thomas Duarte. Is he one of your better football players that never gets talked about? I mean, this guy just seems like a baller.
He is. He's smooth. He's athletic. He's big. He's physical. He's fast. He's got great hands. He runs excellent routes. You know, we don't have the marquee name guys. You know, we're not that type of team. Maybe Miles Jack is a marquee name, but other than that, we don't have marquee names guys, but we've got really good football players. And that's what I want. I want really good, like, hard-nosed, tough, physical, talented football players. And we've got a good group of that.
Coach, you bring back so much talent. You mentioned the depth that's on this roster, not to mention some of the experience that a lot of these guys have. What's the strength on offense and defense? Do you sit back and just say, hey, this is my best unit? Where is that?
Well, offensively, I can't identify one group. I can tell you I'm excited about our offensive line. I love our receivers, and I think we've got a tremendous group of backs.
Well, let's talk offensive line.
Okay, let's go.
That's really
that's what you want to talk about. Yeah.
Explain to us now that you have a whole group, first time in a long time.
First time since I've been here. Yeah.
Now you have some depth too.
Yeah.
Who's the bell cow up there, and how do they work overall as a unit?
Well, it all starts with Jake Brendel, who'll be going into his fourth year as a starter. I mean, he is the foundation of that whole group. But Connor McDermott out at left tackle. he's an established starter. He's a guy that we can really count on. He's a 6'9", 310-pound man that moves athletically. He came here as a tight end. Our left guard right now is Kenny Lacy. He's been in this program now going on his 3rd year. He's got it. He's big, he's physical. Then Jake at center, and then at right guard Alex Redmond, who's I believe he's a freshman All-American a couple of years ago. Now he's going into his 3rd year. And then at right tackle Caleb Benenoch, who was a freshman All-American a couple years ago, and he started all last year. So we finally got 5 guys, and then we've got some really capable backups. A young man named Freddie Luperi, who's a true freshman, can come in and he can play either guard or he can play center. Colton Miller is our 3rd tackle right now. He can go in and we feel good with him playing tackle. He's a redshirt freshman. We're going to get Simon Goins back, who missed all of last year, but he was a redshirt freshman his freshman year, our 1st year here. So there's some depth there. It's a good group.
Coach, the leading rusher returns in Paul Perkins. He also says there's some depth there. Starks, the greatest name in the Pac-12, Bolo Olo Run From Me. I mean, that's the greatest.
Bolu Olu Run From Me, yeah.
Amazing.
It's a good name, isn't it?
How do you manage that position group to make sure you're always healthy, but give the rock to Paul?
Well, I think what's important is that you want Paul at his best at the most important points in the game, which is going to be the 4th quarter. So you got to get it back going. You got to get him his touches so that he gets that rhythm going. But having some depth, having a Nate Starks that you can put in that could start for a lot of teams, and a young man like Soso, who when he gets in the open field is such an elusive runner, and a Bolu who is a bowling ball type runner. That's going to allow us to play those guys during the course of the game and get it back to Paul at money time, which we will do, because we're going to put the ball in Paul's hands when it really counts.
The question mark at quarterback doesn't stop the fact that you seem very calm and very confident, more than I've ever seen it.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm calm because I'm sitting with you guys. I'm never calm out there. I feel good about our team, but as you said, that quarterback question is a huge question, huge question. I don't want to minimize it. I love everything going on around that position. I love the young men that are competing in that position, but it is the great unknown, and it is a great unknown. It's not a little unknown. It's a big thing. That's the guy who handles the ball every time it's snapped, unless we go into Wildcat. So we've got to see where we're at there, and really the only way to really tell is to get into games, and hopefully we're strong enough around that position that guy can really grow at the pace that he needs to grow at. We don't put too much on him.
Oh, we can't wait to see you guys against Virginia. Wish you nothing but the best of luck. You said either way, it doesn't matter who it's going to be. You're going to be comfortable with the decision and the skill set of that guy. So appreciate the time once again and the access to your program.
Hey, you guys are always welcome. It's a nice setting, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous here in Westwood. Still more to come here. We made reference to Paul Perkins. Coach just said he wants the ball in his hands at crunch time. The running back's going to be joining us next. He's going one-on-one with Ryogi on the Pac-12 networks.
Isel goes up top, touchdown! Couple of moves, and look out! Wow! Can you say Ishmael? Touchdown, UCLA! Final game of your college career, starting it off in style is Brett Hundley. Here goes Perkins. Good night, San Antonio. It's been a nice ride.
Back here on the Pac-12 Network's training camp tour, it's presented by 76. Taking a look at Brett Hundley's numbers, obviously now playing on Sundays with the Packers. Certainly a huge void in the offense. The good news, though, is there's still plenty of firepower. 10 returning starters on that side of the football. Here's Glenn Parker.
Thanks, Mike. We were just taking a look at Brett Hundley's numbers right there, and I'm with Noel Mazzoni, offensive coordinator for UCLA. And how would you, if you are talking about this offense coming up, how much will it change now with a new quarterback?
First of all, how were those numbers? Were they all right?
There were a few that weren't so good.
Okay. No, I mean, obviously you lose a guy like Brett. He meant, so much to what we're trying to build here, and kind of was a catalyst for all that. And it was kind of exciting to me that all of a sudden, 3 years Brett's leaves, and now there's going to be a new guy taking those snaps back there.
With the continuity that you might have, considering your offensive line's healthy, how much does that mean to the development of whichever quarterback's behind center?
Well, it's huge because, when Brett pretty much he was playing with a bunch of young guys when he was young. A little bit different now is that we've got an experienced offensive line. We've got, probably in my estimation, one of the top running backs in the country in Paul. We've got a veteran group of receivers. receivers. So, the quarterback has a chance to be surrounded by, some stability there that I think is going to help him.
Well, talk about Paul Perkins now. What makes him such a special back, and how much will that help the quarterback situation?
Yeah, we call him, I call him Dudley, because he's Dudley do right. He always does right. He's he's probably one of the hardest workers. I don't want to sound cliche-ish, but he is. I think he's so well respected by the team, both offense and defense, because of his work ethic. And he's a guy that has worked himself into being the type of player he is. And he's there every day. He does things right. He's one of those guys that you don't really notice, and then you look up the stats at the end of the game, and you go, "Oh, really? He had 150 yards rushing." He's one of those guys.
All right, thanks. A lot of optimism here at UCLA. Back to you, Mike.
Well, Glenn, there is plenty of firepower on both sides of the football. You see those 17 returning starters. The one guy on offense that won't be back, the quarterback in Brett Hundley. And by the way, neither of the quarterbacks, Jerry Neuheisel, Josh Rosen, both not made available to us because the starter hasn't been named. UCLA will allow one of those guys to start talking to the media once they decide on that. So based off of what you've seen so far, who is going to be that guy that's talking to the media?
Well, who it's going to be and how I would play it might be two different things. I think Rosen's going to get the job, but I would, if I had my way, I'm very conservative. I've got a great team. I've got an incredible defense, maybe the best defense in the conference. I've got depth at my running back, my offensive line, my wide receivers. So what I would do is I would go with my older guy. I'd let him get some reps. I would bring along the younger guy slowly, get him some chances, but more importantly, let my older guy manage my game for me, manage my talent level, and let's win some games first. And if the young guy comes along, hand it over to him. I would be leery of going right with the young guy right from the start because of his emotional state. We'll wait to see what happens.
I think Jim Moore and their staff completely agree with that. But when somebody speaks so loud, when their play speaks so loud like Josh Rosen's has in training camp, if he can convince them enough to be the guy, he'll flourish in this system. I mean, when you get going, we all play the game. Once you get your opportunity, you're going to make your mistakes in games, but that's where you learn the most. Jim Morris said it on this show, but that's where the quarterback is going to really develop. So if you can put Josh Rosen in the fire immediately, get him going in those first 3 games, call a game, manage it around his skill set, manage it around his emotional intelligence like you referenced, then come the second half of the season, you're going to have a quarterback that's going to play for a really long time, who I think anybody, football novice or expert, would say, yeah, Josh Rosen's skill set, his ceiling's really high.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
If it's not Jerry or it's going to be one of those guys, Jerry or Josh, doesn't matter either way, because we know that there's a talented running back in Paul Perkins and arguably one of the deepest wide receiving cores in the conference. As you take a look at some of those numbers, certainly one of their leaders is Jordan Payton, a senior, led the team in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Certainly impressive a year ago, but once again, as you look at some of these numbers from the offense, keep in mind, those were offensive numbers with Brett Hundley. That won't be the case this upcoming season. And Jordan joins us here now on the set. I gave some of the numbers that you had from a season ago, and yet we know what those numbers are because we know who the quarterback was a season ago. Handicap this competition for me, because it seems like we're still trying to figure out, it's going to be Josh or Jerry.
It's been a great, 3 weeks of camp. I've had a fantastic time watching this whole entire competition come about. So I'm not sure. They've been battling back and forth, and I'm excited to see who walks out with us against Virginia.
You guys have a really good unit. We looked at the numbers and the success you've had, and we would expect the same success no matter who the quarterback is. But how much does, and nobody likes polls, but how much does it bother you that when pundits talk about the top receiving cores in the Pac-12, you guys are usually 4 or 5. How much does that bother you and your guys out there?
We try to say don't listen to the noise here, but we definitely all know what people say about us, and even if you just look at our numbers, I'm not going to sit here and try to argue that we're the best, but in my opinion we are, and we just silently work here, and we just try to get better, and we try to win games. So as a unit, we're just ready for the season. We're ready just to take on Virginia and get this thing going.
With regard to at least the production on the field and some of the results from a year ago, I remember being on campus for the training camp tour at this time last year. We were talking about you guys as potentially a Final Four team. Not that conversation has been swirling. Is there a little bit of a chip on your shoulder heading into the season because of that?
For sure. I mean, last year we had the top 5 hype coming into the season, and everything. The Heisman candidate, quarterback. So this year it's a little different. Yeah. Little less hype, but a little bit more work we've we felt we've put in. So, we're ready for this season. We're ready to break the expectations and get after it.
Well, one thing, you are more experienced and your talent is deeper than it was last year. That's got to make you feel good.
We definitely have depth all over the board, even across every single area. Receivers were 3-4 deep, quarterbacks. I can't wait to see that starting job, but we'll have a great backup, whoever that is. O-line looks great, so running backs are obviously phenomenal. So we're just ready.
Very quickly here, because there is so much experience that is back, but you and I were talking, I remember talking to you during the season about your clothing line, which you started when you were 16. You said, hey, I want to work with some of the guys on the team who want to start their own business. Your business seems to be thriving right now.
Yeah, we just we came here, we wanted to give it to influencers, so we gave it to my own teammates. I'd give them all the shirts and wear them in their cities, and so, we're slowly climbing, we're slowly getting there, we're just coming out with some new stuff. Just got to get through this season, got to focus right and just keep it going.
Longawaited.com is the website. Streetwear is how you described it to me.
Stuff I'd look good in.
I was just going to say the triple XL maybe or double XL.
I'm more of a svelte XL tall now.
There you go.
So if you can customize something,
I'll try to work
we
something
appreciate
for
it. Jordan, we really appreciate you stopping by with us. Best of luck to you
Appreciate
this upcoming season. Not only is Jordan one of the main forces on offense, but Yogi Roth standing by with one of the others.
Thanks, Mike. That's right. Here with running back Paul Perkins. Paul, I got to ask the obvious question. As you're saying hi to everybody back at home. You get sick of answering the question, do you not get enough respect?
Oh, no, man. I mean, I'm used to it. Coming up from Chandler, 3-star, kind of underrated. Arizona football doesn't get too much love, so I'm kind of used to it. But coming out here with the bright lights and all the fans, I feel at home.
What's the voice like inside your head in the off season when you're working? You do all that lonely work, man. I know you're a worker. What's that voice, that motivation like for you?
I just want to be the best, man. I mean, I just want to make. You said like remember my name. Just remember the country. Have the country remember my name. So just come out here with a purpose. That's what Coach Polamalu emphasizes the most. Come out here to be the best you can.
All right. Well, you clearly run with a purpose. 619 yards last year after contact.
Yeah.
What is the biggest key to making yards after contact?
Well, first you have to have collision balance. That's what Coach Polamalu emphasizes the most, having a strong base and being able to read the defense. So if you do have to come up on a defender, you can make a miss or shed a tackle.
All right, so we're gonna find out. All right, I'm gonna play that defender here. All right, I'm gonna play linebacker. I want to see what you really got, man. Okay. I know you a lot of contact. I'm gonna be playing outside or inside backer. I'm gonna scrape over the top. And feel free to see if you can get any yards after contact here, okay?
So first I'm going to get the handoff, make sure my shoulders are square, press the line, see where the linebackers are going, come out, and notice I have a backside flow, prepare, lower flat back.
Oh! You hit him with that?
Arm,
and then you spin the rock. Oh, and you dance a little bit. Okay, I like that. All right, so the stiff arm, I'm not going to lie. That was a little violent. We appreciate that. You excited to deliver a couple stiff arms this year?
Yes, sir, man. I can't wait to get on the field.
All right, well, we're excited to see you. 619 yards after contact. Glenn Parker, I think you would like that as an offensive lineman.
Thanks, Yogi. Now, the guys that clear the way for Perkins are right here with me, this offensive line. Very experienced unit. I'm with Jake Brendel, the center. You're kind of the official leader of this group. How much has it affected your play going forward that you've got a complete line for the first time in some time?
It's really nice to have all of us returning, just to have that cohesive group up front. It helps out our quarterbacks and our running backs. So it's just great to have all of us back.
All right, one of the fun things I get to do now is I get to turn this mic over to you. You're going to be me. All right. You're not quite as good looking, but you're going to introduce each of your line mates and maybe a nickname that they have. Okay. Jake, and when we're done, just send it back to Mike.
Sounds good. All right, so first one, it's our left tackle right here, Connor McDermott. Straight out of Nashville, he's a country boy, likes his southern cooking. So, he's the best in the business right here. Next one, we got Mr. Lacey right here. AZ's finest, and you probably shouldn't challenge him in a push-up contest because he'll probably beat you. We got Alex Redmond right here. He's a maniac, but he's the best bud. He's out of Carson, and he's just trying to get that money, huh? And here's Caleb Benenoch, our right tackle. He's one of the best attributes on our line, and really we're just glad to have him here. So now it's back to Mike.
Oh, Jake, you can't forget about me, bud, right? Still to come, Miles Jack. Jim Mora earlier in the show said it's one of the stars of his football program. Two-way player. He's going to be joining us next.
He's one of those players that can do it all.
I mean, he's a tough guy to tackle.
Big, powerful, fast, explosive. You know, he's one of those guys you always want to know where he's at on the field.
And then you flip it over to the defensive side. He's very difficult to block.
He dominates running back here and dominates linebacker. He's one of a kind.
It makes for an opportunity to be a great player. I'm looking forward to playing him.
Oh, it's abundantly obvious that a lot of the Pac-12 opponents hate seeing Miles Jack on the football field. He joins us here on the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tour. It's presented by 76. Before we talk about this upcoming season, saw something that you had said about the Rose Bowl. You said it was painful for you to watch that game, that you felt you should have been there. How does watching another team like Oregon in the Pac-12 Conference come out with a win, how does that shape your mindset for this upcoming season?
Well, first and foremost, Oregon, congrats to them. They deserve that and everything. But yeah, just watching it was definitely painful to see, you know, because we had the chance to put ourselves in that position, to be in that position, you know, and we didn't handle our business, and, you know, we had to watch Oregon do it. And I don't know, like, moving forward this season, it kind of puts things in perspective, you know. We just have to take each week, 1 week at a time, and treat each opponent with the same amount of respect, you know, and, you know, really treat each week like it's a Super Bowl, you know, because each game really means something, and it can add up to us ending up in, you know, the college football championship. So that's the goal.
You know, you break out as a two-way star, but when we talk to people, coaches talk about, hey, this is a linebacker that can light you up. This is a running back that can light you up. Where do you see yourself fitting in, because you are so good at both positions? Where do you see yourself this season? How are you going to get UCLA to that next level?
Definitely. You know, even I asked myself this question, and I just came to the conclusion that I'm just a football player. You know, I just play football, and, you know, my role is whatever the coaches decide for me here at UCLA, whether it's running the ball, playing defense, linebacker, anything. So I'm flexible like that, and, you know, whatever they ask me to do for the betterment of the team, I'm ready to do it.
All right, then let me ask you this question. What do you like better? Lighten up some running back who's got the ball, or soup boning some linebacker when you've got the ball?
They're definitely both fun, but I just love defense. I love hitting people, so lighting up a running back, that just brings me joy. You know, that's crazy, but yeah, that's what I love to do.
Miles, we're going to be talking to your new defensive coordinator coming up here. What's it been like to have Tom Bradley now at the helm?
Definitely, he brings a lot of wisdom to the game. You know, he brings a little twitches that he'll bring into my game, that he'll give me like advice on and things, just little things, you know. And I don't know, just with his wisdom and the things that he says, he doesn't say a whole lot, but when he does, he uses words to the maximum. And I'm happy to have him on board. You know, he's a great coach. It's been a smooth transition since he's been here, and I'm just excited to move forward and see what we can do this season.
You know, as I sit here, comments have been made about the difference in UCLA now than it was, say, 5-6 years ago. I look at you and I see an explosive player, but I also look at you guys now and the difference, a little bit of Hollywood and some flash go on. Are you guys Hollywood and flash, or are you tough? What is it?
I wouldn't say I would say like 80-20, you know, mostly being tough and a little bit of flash and dash. You know, we live in LA, so that's going to come with it. But, you know, we pride ourselves on being nitty gritty, you know, getting down to it. Our practices, like we go out to San Bernardino every year. That's just a part of, you know, our brand and our toughness.
I'm glad you bring up San Bernardino because it doesn't sound like a fun experience. You said, hey, the food's better here in Westwood, the temperatures are a little bit better, but you said it was needed. Why is that experience so important?
It's needed, you know, because, I mean, the luxury that we have here in Westwood being at UCLA, I mean, it's gorgeous every day. You get 70-degree weather, but to take us out of our element and take us all the way to San Bernardino, where it was at 110, I think on my Snapchat I looked, it was 110 for the degrees. I mean, it's dry out there. The food it's okay, but yeah, it's needed. You know, it'll build that toughness, and I think, you know, when we get in tough times during the season or tough games, we can look back on an experience like San Bernardino and use that to our benefit.
You know, I'm learning a lot the more and more time I spend with student athletes. So Snapchat, that gives you the temperature.
Yeah, it actually gives you the temperature.
Okay, I need to get on that. He's still working on Twitter a little bit, but he's been getting better on Twitter.
That's good.
All social media. That's what we do like. Yeah. Miles, wishing nothing but success this upcoming year. You know, it's funny because Miles just makes reference to San Bernardino and that grinding atmosphere that they have in training camp as they get set for the season. Yogi Roth has a story of one of the coaches here at UCLA that really understands perseverance.
Oh, he might have had you. He might have had you, D. White.
there's no doubting Scott White's passion for the game of football.
Can't punch to a lockdown.
It's crazy because he's like one of us, you know. He's very energetic.
He's highly intelligent. He's a great motivator with the players.
He's the poster child for persistence.
Nice job, T. Scott. Nice job.
You know, when we cross those white lines, he likes to work us. Works us pretty hard.
But the path UCLA's young coach took to get here is unique.
Scott White, the most consistent player on the Husky defense.
After a standout career as a walk-on who earned a scholarship at the University of Washington, White turned his eye to coaching.
The first day, once the first practice was, I knew right away that this is what I was supposed to be doing.
But like all great coaches, he had to get his break somewhere.
Kind of how my dad raised me. I mean, he tell me like it is. He would always talk to me like, just keep pushing along, and something will crack for you.
And that something was an opportunity at UCLA.
Started off making copies, trying to do everything right, you know, kind of being a gopher.
He came to work every day, put his head down, and just would grind.
Where were you living?
Everywhere. I would bounce around. I would live in the locker room. I would go, you know, crash a couple nights, you know, at my sister's place. I would only get maybe 4 hours of sleep, and close my eyes, wake up, and get back to work.
You know, it's that type of dedication that you have to show sometimes to get the break that you're after.
That break came last February on National Signing Day.
Over at UCLA, Jim Mora is in the market for a new defensive coordinator.
Jeff Ulbrich leaving the team after 3 seasons to head to be the linebackers coach with the Falcons.
Through a statement, Mora wished Ulbrich the best and said an immediate search for his replacement is underway.
With the departure of Jeff Ulbrich to the NFL, the Bruins were in need of a new linebackers coach. As far as the UCLA players were concerned, there was really only one man for the job.
I wanted him to be the linebacker coach. I want him to coach me, Miles, and Dion, and all these great guys.
I went to vouch for him. I went up to Coach Moore's office and had a conversation with him. And I just felt confident in Coach White and what he brought to the table.
Coach Moore got on the phone, and that's when he let me know, hey, you might have an opportunity for me. And I always learned that you want to go where you're wanted. You know, you want to stay where you're wanted.
While hoping to receive a call that would change his professional life, White received another call that would change his personal life in ways he never imagined.
I remember getting a call from my sister, hey, Dad, I had a stroke. I said, oh, man. And I go down there and I go see him and he's talking, he's okay. You know, I go see him in the hospital and I'm thinking, okay, he'll be okay, you know. And 2 days later, he has another one. The other one was way more severe than the first one. And then that's when things really got scary. When it sets in, like you start to think about what would life be like without him. You know, and that's when it really gets hard. So I prayed every day for that. I really did.
As White sat with his father in the hospital, back at UCLA, Jim Mora had reached a decision on who his new linebackers coach would be. Scott White.
I mean, he was obviously very excited, but it was really fun to see the reaction of the players because they were pulling for him.
When you told your dad you got hired full-time, what was that like?
That was incredible. You know, I know that maybe uplifted him. You know, I know he couldn't really express it because he's in the hospital, but I was hoping that it would uplift him. You know, he pulled through. He's a strong dude. You know, I think that's where I really get my strength from, you know, as a man. And he's home now, so it's good to have him back, and he's, you know, progressing along pretty nicely.
If your dad came to practice, what would you hope that he would say about you in practice ending?
You know, I hope he'd be proud of me. I think he would. Good. He always used to tell me, don't be a follower, you know, be a leader. And I hope, you know, my coaching would demonstrate that.
Let's go. Bring it on the field, guys. Bring it on the field. Here we go.
Oh, once again, we cannot thank Coach White for telling us his story. Absolutely fantastic to see him on the football field earlier today, and obviously working with some studs on defense. And he's working for a new defensive coordinator, Tom Bradley, in the fold. He's going to go one-on-one with Yogi Roth coming up here on the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tour. It's presented by 76, but Coach was also good enough to put a mic on for us.
Hey, let's go. Go somewhere. Get moving. Let's go. On the hop. Everybody's going somewhere today. Here we go. Clock is starting. We're going to go full speed for the first 4 steps, whatever I call. There you go. Hey, next group up. Give me the 2s up. 2s. Go, Matt. Go. Go. Right. Is everything okay with the quarterbacks today? You know I like to check. Is everything all nice? Can I get you guys anything? Some popsicles? Anything? I checked with the quarterbacks. They're okay. I checked with the quarterback. Everything's fine. Jalen, you had a great day yesterday. Just don't get cute, because the one time you timed that blitz perfectly, so everybody, the indication is I got to do it again and again. Don't get cute with it. You hit it yesterday perfectly. Nice, that's better, man. Ho, you're up. You're in. You're in. Get in there for the double team. Get in there for the double team. That's it. Drag that foot. Drag that foot. Woo. Whoa. Carl, that's pretty nimble. Go. I didn't go for any ride. Oh, hey. That's a good job. Hey, Ish. Hey, Ish. Hey, Yogi. That's enough, okay?
Back here on the training camp tour presented by 76, Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Glenn Parker with you. UCLA family play a rich tradition. 112 national championships have been able to be celebrated by this family. And of course, we're celebrating the All-Century football team. An opportunity for you to weigh in on pac-12.com. Some great defensive players have rocked some conference uniforms. Yogi Roth standing by with the new DC of the Bruins.
Thanks, Mike. Down here with first-year defensive coordinator Tom Bradley. Coach, you've been around the game for a long time, a lot of training camps. What's the most unique thing that you learned about this defense in your camp?
Well, I don't know if what it's learned about my defense. I learned who Jay-Z and Drake are now. I never, now I know all their songs. Oh, I said, that's Jay-Z, that's Drake. They said, Coach, you're catching on finally. Because I'd always say, who's that singing? So that's probably the most unique thing. I know they make fun of me, but it's okay.
Hey, Pennsylvania guys, we got to stick together. But I got to ask about your front seven. You've been around a lot of really talented front sevens. When you look at these guys, Kenny Clark, obviously Miles Jack, Kenny Young, what do you love about this front seven of your defense?
I think one thing I like about them, they all like to play football. It's great to come out and compete. We don't have the consistency we need to win right now, but we're getting there. I think that's a great part about them. When we do go to the times to compete, they like that. That's what they like to do.
When you look at the Pac-12 as a whole, again, been around the game for a long time. You've seen spread attacks, whether it was West Virginia, Penn State, as an analyst for a couple years on TV. When you look at this conference, what's so hard to defend week in and week out?
Well, first, you keep using the word long time. You got that long. You just say long. Just exaggerated. I think if you look at top to bottom in this conference, I don't think there's anybody better. When you start looking at how we have to be able to compete and play every week, it's going to be a great challenge. There's going to be some great places to play. And to me, that makes it fun. That's what college football is all about. We're going to be in the Rose Bowl, and then we're going to go to some great venues. And the conference from top to bottom is it's stacked. So that'll be fun.
Kenny Clark, one of the most dominant defensive linemen in the country. Where's he grown from spring to now?
Well, if you watch his technique's gotten better every day. The one thing that's great about Kenny Clark, there's not many players I've ever been around ever that's as good a person as he is, and the way he handles himself. He's just a wonderful human being. Besides being a heck of a football player, he's just he's a very special person, and he's somebody who, whether he was playing football or not, would be a huge success.
And Miles Jack, everyone around the country is asking about this young man. Now he moves inside. How hard of a transition is that to go from where he's played to now in the mix?
I don't think it's going to be real hard. He's not really inside because we play him all over the place. We move him around a lot, so it's going to be hard to tell really where he is. And that we do that, it's hard for him because he does have a lot of assignments. It's, trying to get a practice together for just him sometimes is tough because all the different things that he has to do for our defense.
All right, well, we appreciate the time. Mike from 2 Pennsylvania guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Yogi. Well, when it comes to Pittsburgh guys, or Pennsylvania guys is what I should say, you got a Jersey guy on the set, but we're going to give more love to the West Coast, especially what's happening here in Westwood. A couple more guys have been wreaking havoc for Tom Bradley and his defense. Kenny Clark, not to mention Eddie Vanderdoes. Both of these guys, appreciate you stopping by with us. It's okay for you to smile, by the way. So we're supposed to be having fun on this set. Kenny, I know you and I have spoken in the past. You just heard Tom Bradley sing your praises about how successful you'd be, either if you were playing football or not. What's it like to know in a short period of time, your defensive coordinator says, you know what, I got a stud on my team?
It means a lot to me. Coach Bradley's a great guy, and I'm just thankful and blessed to just be in the position I am in today. And I just go hard in the classroom and on the field and just try to mentor all the younger guys. So I appreciate Coach Bailey saying that.
Now, you guys, you play the nose. You're at the 3. You guys are close, obviously, with your technique, and you're close just listening to you on the set. What's it like? I'm from the O-line perspective. We're a little different, but you guys, what's it like being down and dirty in the trenches, always getting double teamed, but then being on the field? What's that relationship like on and off the field with you two?
It's very important. It's very important to have that connection. Playing next to him, for 3 years now. So it's nice, being able to trust him. Like when we run stunts together, like not really having to say anything to kind of give it away to the offensive line, because we trust each other, knowing that we know each other. Like we know what we're supposed to do. So I think it's everything. Having a great relationship.
Do you ever make fun of each other though, sitting in the huddle?
Too much. I mean, not really in the huddle. It's go time in the huddle, but everything outside the helmet, yeah, it's all jokes.
Can you tell us something, and both of you guys, tell us something about the other guy that maybe we don't know?
How you doing, that? Well, probably a lot of people wouldn't know that he likes Chief Keef a lot. You guys know who Chief Keef is? The rapper, you guys know who that is?
No, but now I'm going to look him up.
I used to always be the young guy. Now I'm clearly
I'm the get off my lawn guy. Eddie, what about this gentleman?
A lot of people know he's got a lot more personality than like what he portrays. Like he's not as like quiet. Like when you get to know him, you get comfortable. Like he gets comfortable with you. He's got a big personality. He talks a lot. He goofs off a lot. He roasts a lot. But that's probably that's what it is. Well, as friends, like not on the field, like business, but off the field, it's jokes.
Well, you guys have been taking care of business on the football field. I know opposing offenses can't stand when you guys are on the field staring them down. But we wish you nothing but the best this upcoming season. Stay healthy for both of you guys.
Thank you.
Still more to come here on the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tours presented by 76. Glenn and Yogi, they're going through some younger players who are expected to make a mark this upcoming season. You don't want to miss this. The Training Camp Tour presented by 76. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Glenn Parker with you. And guys, typically you've been doing this on the Training Camp Tour, looking for that youngster that can make a mark.
Well, you might have heard of this guy.
Who?
Josh Rosen.
I have no idea.
Tell you what we haven't talked about his background though. He grew up playing tennis. He's got the competitive temperament, I think, to be a leader on this team. An individual sport. He quit tennis because he wanted to be around the team. In a football environment, he's got that opportunity to lead this team. I think he did a nice job.
Okay, make a mark. Keyshawn Lucier South. This is a praying mantis, outside linebacker, going to create problems, not only in the run game with his stretch out to the boundary, but more importantly, that pass rush, that first step, that length to get onto those offensive tackles before they know what hit them. And then, hey, Soso Jamabu. This is the guy. You want him coming off the bus first. Long, tall, big, thick kid. He can run fast. He's the type of guy that usually goes to an Alabama, a USC. UCLA drags him in here. Watch out, breakout player.
Well, the backfield, it's a little party back there because they got probably the greatest name right now, Bolu Olorunfunmi. I mean, this young man is dominating in camp and an absolute beast out of Clovis North High School for 5,000 yards in high school. He is the downhill back in short yardage situations UCLA will look to this fall.
Cannot wait to say his name over some of those highlights when we're in San Francisco doing the post-game show. Still to come here on the Pac-12 Networks. Typically close out the show with a What Did You Learn? So Parker and Roth give you exactly that. It's coming up next on the Pac-12 Networks. Pac-12 Football Training Camp is presented by 76. We're on the driver's side. It's a closer look at the schedule for UCLA. You know, a lot of conversation about that opener against Virginia, but guys, you look at the conference slate for them, it is murderer's row.
Well, I think out of every team in the Pac-12, if you look at their schedule, it's set up well for them, right? There's some struggles early on. You go Arizona, Arizona State, Stanford, then you get a couple of games. If you do have that true freshman starting at quarterback, look out because they could pick up some steam heading in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but there also is that slate right there, Arizona, Arizona State, Stanford, that if they falter, if he falters, the emotional stability, they could turn south on him in a quick way.
We've consistently ended the shows with what did you learn? You know, we're on these universities, right? I mean, it's kind of got that classroom vibe. Sure. So explain to me, what's your biggest takeaway?
Well, let me take off my glasses. My biggest takeaway is when I look at this team, I had been told many times about their depth and how much talent they had, but when I got to see them in person, get to see the movement of this team, see the way they run around the field, the athleticism, that showed me it's one thing to talk depth, it's one thing to talk, hey, I got great recruits, but when you see it on the field and it jumps off the field at you, how well a team moves around and does the things that they're supposed to do, that's what I learned. They're for real.
I learned two things. One, they're only going to play one quarterback.
Yes.
Jim Morris said that. Two, this is a veteran team. To the points that you just mentioned, they stayed up. There weren't a lot of players on the ground. I thought the competitive respect for one another, because they have so much depth, was as good as we've seen around the Pac-12.
You know, I think there's a lot of excitement with this UCLA team, and I think they probably like that they're not being talked about like they were a year ago. Maybe a little bit of a chip on their shoulders. They get set for the season. That opener against Virginia. Training camps, guys, one more stop left. Just one. It's been a wild ride. Can't thank you enough for watching. For Yogi and Glenn, I'm Mike. For an entire Pac-12 Networks crew, the training camp tour presented by 76 continues to roll on for at least one more stop.